They will be solving lead code question, and the question is from the daily challenge of the lead code. That is, everything like there is something in the lead code that we get daily challenge from the lead code to solve the question. And again, yeah, it's very interesting question. And the question is spiral matrix 4. Now, this question, now the spiral matrix 4. Now, spiral matrix 4 is something, is more of an implementation than of problem solving. You're able to build more implementation skills by solving this type of question. This is more focused on improving our implementation skills. But again, it's a great question, and implementation skills is really essential because even if someone knows a lot of problems on the skills, but if he is not good at implementing the problem, his solution is never going to be get easy and accepted. So let's get started. And we'll try to understand, and I'll quickly explain the flow of my video. In this video, going to start from the understanding the question, then thinking how we can come to the solution. And here is more about the implementation. So we'll be thinking how we can think of implementing this question, and then how we can try, to try to think of implementation. And yeah, so let's start without wasting any time more. So the question is to create those spiral matrix. You're given two integers m and n, which represent the dimensions of the matrix. You're also given the head of a linked list of integers. Generate an m into a matrix that contains the integers in the linked list presented in the spiral order clockwise. Starting from the top left of the matrix, if there are empty spaces, fill them with -1. Return the generated matrix. All right. So what we can do here is that we're given the linked list in the form of it's a straight linked list, also known as single linked list, and we're given a dimension of the matrix. What we're here supposed to do is that we're supposed to convert this particular linked list into the form of this matrix, and if in the case if the elements of the number of the elements of this linked list is less than the number of elements what a matrix can take, or then the capacity of the matrix, and then those empty places is to be filled with -1. As you can see here is in this image. Now, let's simply begin with understanding the implementation part. So we are in the notepad, OneNote, and let's start. You know, trust me, it's very simple question. So what we can do is that now, see, if we carefully here try to understand something that we're supposed to convert this linked list into the form of the matrix. So we are supposed to bring, and now what is the flow of the matrix? Like how are we supposed to fill this matrix? So question has given that we're supposed to fill this matrix into the spiral order, and the spiral order is going to be clockwise. That is in this direction. This is clockwise direction. All right. So when it is clockwise, you begin from the top left of the corner of the matrix. This is the top left corner of the matrix, and we're supposed to begin from here. Now, here in this case, the dimension of the matrix is 3 and 5. 3 here is nothing but the number of the rows. This is 3. So the number of the rows is 3, and this is 5. That is number of the columns of the matrix is 5. All right, we are beginning from the top left corner, and we are moving towards the top right corner of the matrix. That is so from we are moving from this top left corner towards the top right corner of the matrix. Now observe that since we have visited the cell, so next time we are not going to begin from here. We are going to begin from here. So since we are visited this particular now, we will be visiting this. We have already visited this part. Now we are going to be we are visiting this part. And from here we will be visiting this part, and here we'll be visiting this part. Now this order goes, then we'll be coming to this inner part. And this goes on, goes on, goes on. Right? So, so, I guess there is no need of putting it here. This can be, this particular part can be brought more down, right? And it's more than an arrow. It is kind of something, dimension. So this should be both side arrow. Right. So we are the top right corner. And the top right corner here is we're at the zeroth row and we're at the n minus one row. And considering this to be zero-based index, right? So we're at the n minus one column, that is fourth column. We are here at the fourth column. Now we are beginning from here. We are going to down bottom right corner. That is we're at the row. We are the row two in column four. Now from here, we are moving towards the bottom left corner of the matrix. That is zeroth column in this, yeah, so zeroth column, but first comes row, so second row and zeroth column. And from here, we are moving towards the top right left corner of the matrix now. See, something here to observe, I'll repeat it again. Something here is to observe that when we are moving from here, we are visiting this spot, right? So from the next time, we are supposed to consider this spot, and from that next time, we are supposed to consider this spot, and from after that, we are supposed to consider this spot, and then we are supposed to consider this spot. So, you know, it's pretty easy and easy to understand. All right, so let's try to think how we can do it. I think it's all about implementation, right? So what we can do is that, we can begin from here. We can begin from here, from this location, and we can go up to this. Now, once we have covered this first row, we can simply change this. We can simply change this, this value because once we have covered this first row, we can simply change this, up. We can name it as up. We can name it as up, and this can be named as, since it's the right side, we can name it as right, and this can be named as down, and this can be named as left. So now, since we are moving from here, since we have covered this portion, right? Since we have covered this first row, so what we can do is that our new hop is going to be begin from here, right? And up will begin from here. And once we have covered this first row, so our right is going to begin from here. So next time we have to begin from here. And since we have covered this down, so next time our down is going to begin from here. That is from here. This begin going to begin from here. We're going to here. Now we since Now, since town has reached here, then we can go from here to here. How we can do that? Okay, so just see, when we are at the first row, we are traversing through the first row, we are only incrementing the column. So we are supposed to start from the column of that of was the from the ups from this up column value, and we have to go to this right column value. Now we have to begin from this right row value because right row we are incrementing after reaching here, right? We have to begin from this right row value. We have to go to the down row value. Then we have to do the down row down column, right? Because this is the part we're traversing again through the column. So we have to do the down column minus because it is at the end of the column, we have to do the minus, and then we have to begin from the down column and we have to reach till this left part, just before the left. And then while doing that, we can simply we have to begin from the down column till the left column. Uh, Less than, not equal to, and we have to begin from the left row, and we have to go to up row. And it's all the answers, all the it's very simple to do. Right. So what we can do for the implementation that we can form pairs. Okay. We can form pairs. We can form pairs, a class pair, and we can form a class pair for up, then right. We are forming class pair as up, right, and like this, and similarly pair down and left, down, left. So we can form this four pairs. One, two, three, and four. We can form this four pair class. And so we can form this four pair from the class pair. And we can simply store this initial value and we can keep updating it like once up rates to right, we can update the up and we can then once right reach to down, we can update the right. Right will shift from here to here. And also at the end it should after the first pass it should first clockwise cycle it should shift here. And similarly down should shift here. And this left should be shifted here. And this up should be shifted here as well. So this is how it is going to be. It's pretty much easy. Let's look toward the code, and code is again, guys, pretty much simple question, a simple, you know. So this is overall code, you know. Yeah. So as you can see here, I have implemented the pair clause, and this is in Java, and the same is going to be for the C++. There is not much difference as far as I know. There is inbuilt pair stuff in the class in the C++. You can directly implement that as well. So I have created a type of result, and I'm storing the result with -1. Means I'm initializing the result matrix with all -1 because if in case the a number of elements in the list do not satisfy the capacity of the matrix, or less than the capacity of the matrix, rest will remain as -1 that as it is. So I'm initializing this right from the 0 -1 that is from here and n -1. Then I'm initializing this down from here that is this was m and this was n. So considering zero based index, it will be -1, m -1, n -1. Similarly, we are bringing it left here. It is going to be column 0, so it is row represented in the form of m, so m -1, and it is going to be 0. So, and this is 0, 0. So then I'm taking a temporary variable that is referencing to the head, and I'm beginning from there. Now this is outer loop. Yeah, I've implemented the outer loop in this manner. You can implement it considering the flag as well that if the temp it becomes null, I'm supposed to break from the both of the loop, right? Inner as well as the outer loops. So as you can see here, this is traversing to for the first call. This is trying to move from the top left corner to the top right corner. And here I'm now after doing this here incrementing. after traversing, incrementing the up and right. So once once top left to right is complete, then we go from the top right corner to the bottom corner. Now, once the once right side traversal is done, we update the right the pair right. Now, once once we are done with the traversal, once we are done traversing from the top to bottom, right top to right bottom, once we are done traversing from top right to bottom right. So we move we move from the bottom right towards the bottom right. Now you can see here what we are trying here to do is that we're beginning from the upper column. That is, we're beginning from this column and we're going to do this right column. See, we are beginning from the up column, we're going to the right column. That is, we are beginning from here. We are beginning from here. That's the up column. We're going to the right column. Similarly, we're beginning from the right row. We are going to this down row. It's incrementing, right? Now, now, once down row traversal is done, you can update the down here. Now, now, finally, we move from the to upward left, and once left bottom to up left is done, we update the pair right and up. So let's try to submit it. It's definitely going to work out. And yeah, this was overall the code. If you guys have any sort of doubt and any sort of, question, you can pin me in the comment section. I'll be replying you very soon. Thank you so much, guys.